Good morning, friends and allies and fellow advocates. I am speak to you not only as a Filipino activist, but as a part of the global resistance. A movement built from the ground up by ordinary people, defending life, land, and the future. What I bring from the Philippines is not just a report, it is a warning and a call to action. Because right now, our country is being used as a testing ground, not just for nuclear energy, but for a dangerous mix of privatization, militarization, and energy colonialism disguised as progress. So the Philippines face a rising electricity demand, growing annually at 4.5%, while 60% of our current energy still comes from fossil fuel. Meanwhile, the government claims to be pursuing clean energy, but instead of boosting the renewables, it is reviving nuclear power, first proposed by our former dictator Ferdinand Marcos Sr. What's driving this agenda is not energy justice, but elite control. Nuclear power is being used as a political and economic tool to entrench the very systems that exploit our people. So President Marcos Jr., yes, he is the son of the late dictator Marcos, has revived this nuclear dream through the Executive Order 164 and House Bill 7049. These measures would create a new nuclear authority called the PhilAtom, with a budget 4 times that of the existing agency. At the same time, Marcos has signed a 1-2-3 agreement with the United States, giving the United States corporations access to our energy sector while expanding the U.S. military presence through the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. What is the result? Energy infrastructure that is not just unsafe or unaccountable, but militarized. As you can see, there are other countries who are interested, such as South Korea, France, and China. So we have 2 major projects underway. Of course, the Battan nuclear power plant, which is a $2.3 billion plant built near 3, not 1 but 3 volcanoes never used but still being pushed for revival 40 years after it was closed. The small modular reactors were being proposed, which are near U.S. military bases in Palawan and Isabela. Palawan is in the south, while Isabela is in the north of the Philippines. These sites are not only geologically unsafe, they are politically explosive. There is no waste plan, no disaster fund, and no transparency. Okay. This nuclear push is backed by corporate interests. We have the Private Sector Advisory Council. It is a group of billionaire tycoons who shape the policy behind closed doors. Their companies like the Aboitiz Power and San Miguel are looking to use nuclear to expand their monopolies or their portfolios. This is not public service, it is private plunder. And we have Megawide and EEI who are into construction opportunities. This is private plunder cloaked under national interest. And But despite all this, the public still says no. The people are resisting. 63% of Filipinos oppose the nuclear power. This is the latest Pulse Asia survey, 2024. In Bataan, 85% want the BNPP or the Bataan nuclear power plant converted for renewable use. This was the 2023 survey of the Nuclear-Free Bataan movement. Despite government propaganda, the truth is clear. Filipinos have not forgotten Chernobyl, Fukushima, or our own BNPP disaster. The following 2 slides will show the pictures of the resistance, past and present. Here we see the Lakbayan, Sakbayan 1985, which is incidentally, this year is its 40th year of commemoration. Here are more recent photos of the revival of the BNPP struggle, 2008, 2018, 2022, and the latest. Okay. So what about renewables? Renewable energy is being left behind. Despite the ambitious targets, renewables still account 22 to 25% of our energy mix. There is an auction designed to encourage renewable energy investment, but it has failed. Developers face 3-year permitting delays. Transmission grids are outdated, all because renewable energies empower communities, but nuclear energy empowers corporations and foreign governments. So as you can see, he says he supports renewables, but he's not really supporting. So what are the barriers that we have seen? Okay, so the barriers are political as much as technical. Permits are stalled up to 36 months. There are issues between indigenous land rights ignored in favor of wind farms. There is grid access issues which are prioritized for fossil fuel plants. This is not energy transition, it is a blockade. But of course, we are not waiting for permission. The anti-nuclear movement in the Philippines continues to grow, from indigenous groups to feminist coalitions to student networks. We organize education campaigns, push legal challenges, and build alternatives. We remind our people, $1 billion for BNPP could power 3,000 megawatts of solar. This is not just resistance, it is a vision. So, we are resisting with public protests and petitions. We have an ongoing petition now. We are trying to build linkages of global solidarity like this forum, especially targeting the mapping of military and nuclear overlaps, and of course, promotion of renewable energy in our communities. In this movement, we believe that the future is not policy, it is a practice. Okay. So, let's be clear, the US-Philippines 123 agreement is more than nuclear power. It is about turning our energy grid into a strategic military asset. So there are currently 9 Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement bases that overlap with proposed nuclear sites. In the process, activists are harassed, surveilled, and red-tagged. In the process of resisting against this, as our feminist allies in CAESA say, nuclear power is not just environmental violence, it is gendered, militarized violence. And the following 2 slides shows, first slide will show the 13 targeted locations for traditional nuclear sites. The second slide will show the proposed 14 sites for small modular reactors. So here, the 13 locations. So the trick is they're going to say, after studying the BMPP, it's too old, we need more other sites. So that's what they're going to say. Or they could also say the same line and say, no, let's just go with the smaller, safer, cleaner, small modular reactors, which are 14. Okay, all of this is not yet, but they're trying to, as you see, the biggest obstacle is trying to win over the public. That's the thing. They already have the policy network in place. It's really just winning the public over to the idea. Okay. So now we are faced with nuclear dependency, which is, of course, we know, dangerous, expensive, and tied to militarism, or renewable sovereignty, which is clean, fast, and owned by the people. We have known that the BNPP is not a solution. It is a symbol of dictatorship. SMRs, or small modular reactors, are not modern. They are Trojan horses. Of course, our path forward must be democratic, decentralized, and decolonized. So, in our call to action, We say to our friends across Asia and the world, help us expose and challenge the 123 agreement, support our campaigns to stop the small modular reactors and the BNP revival, invest in the people-powered solutions like solar cooperatives, wind collectives, community grids. Because from Battan to Fukushima, from Palawan to Jeju, we share one struggle and one future. The sun shines brighter than any reactor and the people's resistance burns longer than any empire. Mabuhay ang sambayanang lumalaban. Long live the people who fight back. Thank you very much for your attention.